What if I told you the reason you can't sleep isn't just stress, age, or hormones, ***, but what you're eating before bed? You might be taking your evening meds, brushing your teeth, turning off the lights, and still lying awake for hours. Sound familiar? You're not lazy, you're not broken. You're just missing one crucial piece no one talks about: the right foods that tell your body it's okay, you can rest now. Sleep isn't just a routine, it's chemistry. And after age 55, that chemistry shifts. Your melatonin drops. Your nervous system runs a little louder. Your stress response doesn't shut off as easily. But here's the good news. Certain foods, natural, everyday ingredients, can work with your body, not against it, to help you fall asleep faster and sleep deeper. Not next month, not someday, tonight. This isn't about going vegan or spending money on fancy supplements. It's about using the quiet power of nutrition to speak your body's language, one bite at a time. Because real sleep, the kind where you wake up rested, not groggy, doesn't begin in your pillow. It begins on your plate. In this video, I'll walk you through 5 foods backed by science and real-life results that support better sleep naturally. These aren't miracle cures or trendy fads. They're accessible, senior-friendly, and deeply nourishing, especially for those of us whose bodies have weathered a few decades. So if you're sick of tossing and turning, waking up at 3 a.m., or dragging through the day exhausted, stay with me. The answer might not be in a pill bottle, but in your pantry. And it could be the simplest, most surprising sleep solution you've never tried. Ready? Let's begin. Number 1. Small seeds, big calm, chia and the sleep switch. You probably wouldn't expect something as tiny as a chia seed to have any real impact on your sleep. It's small, silent, and barely takes up space in your pantry. But if falling asleep feels like a battle every night, and staying asleep feels even harder, this little seed might hold a key your body's been missing. Because here's the truth, your body doesn't need loud fixes. It responds to gentle, consistent signals. And chia seeds send exactly that kind of message: quiet, steady, and deeply calming. Let's be honest, as we get older, sleep changes. The stress we carry isn't just emotional, it's physical. Our hormone levels shift, digestion slows, blood sugar gets a little harder to manage, and all of that shows up at night when we lie down hoping for rest. What most people don't realize is that your last meal of the day can either soothe your body into sleep or keep it working overtime. Chia seeds, when eaten at the right time, do something powerful. They nourish your body with nutrients that help relax your nervous system, stabilize your blood sugar, and even encourage the production of melatonin, your body's natural sleep hormone. How? It starts with tryptophan, a naturally occurring amino acid found in chia seeds. Tryptophan is a building block for both serotonin and melatonin, the 2 neurochemicals that help you feel calm and ready to sleep. Unlike quick fixes that spike your energy and crash later, chia works slowly and steadily. Its high fiber content prevents blood sugar spikes that can wake you in the middle of the night. And it leaves you feeling just full enough, not stuffed, not starving, so your body can relax without distraction. But timing matters. This isn't a midnight snack, it's a signal. The best time to eat chia is about 2 to 3 hours before bed. That gives your body time to digest and begin producing the neurotransmitters it needs for restful sleep. And you don't need to overcomplicate it. A simple chia pudding, made with unsweetened almond or oat milk and a little cinnamon, can become part of a calming bedtime ritual. Something that doesn't just nourish your body but tells your brain, we're winding down. For so many people I've worked with, especially in their 60s and 70s, the first shift in better sleep didn't come from cutting things out. It came from adding the right things in, and chia seeds are a great example of that. They're easy to find, inexpensive, and incredibly gentle on the digestive system. More importantly, they're a way to support your sleep without relying on pills, without building dependency, and without waking up groggy. Now let's be clear, chia seeds won't knock you out like a sedative. They don't override your body, they support it. They restore the balance that gets lost over time, especially when we've spent years running on adrenaline, pushing through fatigue, or eating whatever's easiest at the end of a long day. You don't have to overhaul everything overnight. You just have to start where you are with small, consistent changes that speak your body's language. So if you've been lying awake at night, staring at the ceiling, wondering if sleep will ever feel easy again, start small. Start quiet, start with chia. It might be the most peaceful thing you add to your evening routine, not because it works instantly, but because it works gently. And sometimes that's exactly what your body needs to remember how to rest. Number 2, a handful of peace, nuts that soothe you to sleep. There's something comforting about a handful of nuts. No prep, no mess, just reach in and grab. It's simple, familiar. But what many people don't know is that a small portion of nuts in the evening can do far more than just satisfy a craving. It can actually help you sleep, naturally, safely, and deeply. Because certain nuts, when eaten at the right time and in the right amount, become more than just a snack. They become a gentle invitation to rest. Sleep is not just about turning off your brain, it's about calming your entire system. That includes your nerves, your muscles, your blood sugar, even your breath. And that's where nuts, especially almonds and pistachios, come in. These aren't just tasty trail mix staples. They're rich in magnesium, B vitamins, and most importantly, melatonin, the hormone that tells your body it's time to sleep. Let's talk magnesium first. It's one of the most important minerals for sleep, especially for older adults. Magnesium helps relax muscles, reduce inflammation, and calm your nervous system. It basically tells your body, it's okay to let go now. Almonds and pistachios are naturally high in magnesium, and even a small serving can make a difference. Then there are the B vitamins, like B6, riboflavin, and niacin. These help regulate your body's internal clock and support serotonin production, which is key for producing melatonin. And yes, melatonin is found directly in pistachios. In fact, they're one of the highest plant-based sources of it. But the secret isn't just what you eat, it's how and when you eat it. Late-night snacking, especially sugary or salty foods, can spike your energy and leave you wired. But a quarter cup of almonds or pistachios about an hour before bed, that's different. It's a subtle, stabilizing signal to your system. You're not flooding it, you're feeding it, gently, consistently. And here's something else, chewing nuts takes time, it slows you down, it's not fast food. That slow, mindful act of chewing, combined with the sleep-supporting nutrients, can actually help transition your brain into a slower rhythm. It's not just nutrition, it's ritual. It's how the body and mind begin to sync up for sleep. If you want to turn it into something a little more indulgent, try adding your nuts to a bowl of plain Greek yogurt, low sugar, high protein, deeply satisfying. Sprinkle a few chopped pistachios or almonds on top, maybe a dash of cinnamon, and you've got a dessert that supports your body instead of working against it. Now, I'm not saying nuts are a cure-all. They won't erase stress, fix your schedule, or make chronic insomnia disappear overnight. But they can be one meaningful piece of the puzzle, especially for those of us who have learned that forcing sleep never works, but inviting it does. That's the beauty of this habit. It's not about deprivation or discipline, it's about support, about nourishment, about telling your body, I'm not fighting you anymore, I'm listening. A small handful of nuts won't change everything, but it might change tonight. It might be the difference between lying awake and finally drifting off, naturally, because your body feels fed, supported, and safe. So next time you're reaching for a late-night snack, choose the one that helps you rest, not just react. Let it be a handful of peace, because you deserve to fall asleep feeling calm, not full of regret, and your body will thank you for it in the morning. Number 3, banana tea, a warm hug in a mug. There's something tender about making tea at night, the kettle hissing softly, the steam rising like a breath you've been holding all day. It's a ritual many of us turn to for comfort, not just hydration. But what if that tea could do more than warm your hands? What if it could calm your entire nervous system and help you sleep? That's exactly what banana tea does. And no, you don't have to eat the peel. This simple, old-fashioned remedy is one of the most quietly powerful sleep tools I've come across. It's not a supplement, it's not a trick. It's a natural way to nourish your body with what it craves most at night. Magnesium and potassium, two minerals that help relax your muscles, lower blood pressure, and signal your brain that it's time to rest. And here's the surprising part. While bananas are already known for being high in magnesium, most of it lives in the peel. That's right, the part we usually throw away. Here's how it works. You take one whole organic banana, yes, peel and all, wash it thoroughly, cut off the tips and slice it in half. Then you gently boil it in 3 to 4 cups of water for about 10 minutes. That's it. No sweeteners, no fancy steps. The result is a mild, slightly sweet tea that tastes comforting and earthy, like the warmth of a quiet kitchen late at night. You sip it about an hour before bed and let its nutrients do what they were designed to do. Ease tension, calm your mind, and prepare your body for deep, natural sleep. What makes banana tea especially meaningful is the ritual itself. It slows you down. The act of preparing it tells your body, we're not rushing anymore. And that's something many of us forget. We've lived decades full of momentum. Jobs, family, stress, survival. But rest isn't a reward, it's a need. And banana tea becomes a soft way of saying, you've done enough today. For older adults especially, magnesium deficiencies are more common than we realize. We tend to eat less, absorb less, and stress more. That combination alone can wreak havoc on sleep. But instead of another bottle of pills, this tea offers a different path, one rooted in simplicity. It doesn't just put something in your body, it takes something out. Tension, tightness, that edge you carry without even realizing. And there's another benefit. Drinking fluids too close to bed can make you get up during the night, right? That's why I suggest sipping banana tea an hour before bedtime. That way, your body has time to settle, and you're not interrupting your sleep to run to the bathroom. It's thoughtful sleep hygiene built right into the habit. Now, will banana tea knock you out in 10 minutes? No, but it creates the conditions your body needs to fall asleep, gently, steadily, without side effects or grogginess. And sometimes, especially as we age, it's not about doing more, it's about doing differently, swapping harsh solutions for gentle ones, trading force for flow. So if you've been lying in bed with a restless mind and a tight chest, wishing for something, anything that actually helps, consider this your invitation. Banana tea may not be flashy, but it is kind. And sometimes a warm mug, a quiet room, and a few soft minutes to yourself are the most powerful sleep aids of all, not because they overpower you, but because they remind your body you're safe, you can let go now. Number 4, cherry nights, a natural way to stay asleep. Falling asleep is hard enough, but staying asleep, that's where so many of us struggle. You drift off finally only to wake up at 2:17 a.m. eyes wide, brain buzzing. The room quiet but your thoughts loud. And as you lie there trying not to check the clock again, you wonder, why does my body keep waking me up? The answer might surprise you. It could have more to do with what's missing from your diet than what's wrong with your brain. And that's where tart cherries, specifically Montmorency tart cherries, come in. These aren't the sweet cherries you snack on in summer. Tart cherries are smaller, more sour, and remarkably powerful when it comes to supporting sleep. Why? Because they naturally contain melatonin, the hormone your body uses to regulate its sleep-wake cycle. Most people associate melatonin with supplements, but when it comes from food, especially something as gentle and anti-inflammatory as a cherry, your body tends to respond in a more balanced, sustainable way. What makes tart cherries special is how they support not just falling asleep, but staying asleep. Studies have shown that consuming Montmorency tart cherries can extend your total sleep time by up to 30 minutes, and reduce nighttime awakenings. That's huge for anyone who's grown used to fragmented, restless nights. And it's not just the melatonin. Tart cherries are also rich in antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds that help reduce oxidative stress, which is often elevated in people with poor sleep quality. Now, how do you use them? The simplest option is tart cherry juice, just a small glass, about 8 ounces, once in the morning and again about an hour before bed. It's tart, yes, but that sharpness becomes part of the ritual. You're not just drinking juice, you're telling your body, we're winding down now. If juice isn't your thing, there are capsules made from cherry extract that deliver a concentrated dose without any added sugar. Or you can enjoy dried tart cherries in moderation, just make sure they're Montmorency and not loaded with sweeteners. But remember, this isn't about magic, it's about rhythm. Your body wants to sleep, it's wired for it. But as we age, our rhythms get disrupted by stress, by illness, by years of putting everyone else first. Cherry juice isn't a cure, it's a signal, a reminder to your brain and body that it's time to transition gently and naturally into rest. And that's why this matters, because broken sleep doesn't just leave you tired, it affects your memory, your mood, your heart health. Over time, it chips away at your quality of life. And while medications may have their place, they often come with trade-offs, grogginess, dependency, or that numb, disconnected feeling when you wake up. Tart cherries offer something different, a food-based, body-friendly approach that respects your biology instead of overriding it. So if you've been searching for a way to stay asleep, not just fall asleep, try this. Try something that doesn't push or force. Try something that works with you. Whether it's a glass of juice in the evening or a quiet moment sipping tea and taking a cherry supplement, let the act be more than nutrition. Let it be permission to pause, to rest, to reclaim your nights without fear of waking up too soon. Because staying asleep shouldn't feel like a battle, it should feel like a quiet drift through the night. And sometimes, the smallest fruit holds the biggest key to peace. Let your body remember what it once knew so easily. Let cherry nights carry you through until morning. Number 5. The Kiwi Wind Down, calm from the inside out. There's a quiet kind of wisdom in choosing the right foods, not just to fill you up, but to support how you feel. And when sleep is elusive, when the mind won't settle and your body refuses to cooperate, sometimes the answer is simpler than we think. Enter the kiwi, small, green, unassuming. But inside that fuzzy skin is a powerful cocktail of nutrients designed to help your body calm down from the inside out. If you've been lying awake at night, tense, overthinking, unable to fall asleep or waking too early, your sleep challenge may have more to do with chemistry than willpower. After the age of 55, our bodies don't produce the same levels of serotonin and melatonin they once did. And when those chemicals drop, everything gets harder, falling asleep, staying asleep, even feeling emotionally steady throughout the day. That's where kiwi steps in. This little fruit is one of the highest natural sources of serotonin, which your body needs to produce melatonin, the hormone that tells your brain it's time to rest. But that's just the beginning. Kiwis also contain antioxidants, folate, and vitamin C, all of which support brain health, reduce inflammation, and help manage cortisol, the stress hormone that keeps you alert when you should be winding down. The key is just in what the kiwi gives you, but how gently it gives it. It doesn't spike your system or knock you out. It supports you subtly, steadily, and without side effects. So how do you use it? The most effective way is to eat 1 or 2 fresh kiwis about 1 to 2 hours before bedtime. That gives your digestive system time to absorb the nutrients and your brain time to begin shifting gears. You don't need to blend it or bake it or turn it into anything fancy. Just peel, slice, and enjoy. It's a soft, naturally sweet snack that doesn't overload your system or disrupt your blood sugar, important factors for older adults managing glucose or weight. One of the most beautiful parts of making Kiwi part of your evening ritual is how intentional it feels. It's not about grabbing what's convenient or raiding the fridge out of boredom. It's about giving your body a small act of care. You're not punishing it, you're not sedating it, you're supporting it, you're saying, "I hear you, let's rest." And if you're someone who wakes up groggy or finds yourself exhausted by midday even after a full night in bed, Kiwi might help there too. Because quality sleep isn't just about hours, it's about depth. And serotonin-rich foods like Kiwi can help extend the REM cycles of your sleep, improving memory, emotional processing, and overall restoration. Now, will Kiwi solve every sleep issue? No, but it can be a piece of the puzzle, a natural, non-invasive, deeply nourishing piece. One that works with your body's rhythms instead of fighting them. In a world where everything is moving too fast, where rest feels like a luxury, a Kiwi offers you something beautifully simple, permission to slow down. So tonight, instead of reaching for something processed or overly sweet, reach for a Kiwi. Let it be a signal, let it be a soft close to a long day, and let it remind your body, gently, kindly, that the day is done and peace is not only possible, it's already on its way. So what have we really learned here? That good sleep, real, restorative, soul-deep sleep, isn't just about what you avoid, it's about what you invite in. And sometimes the most powerful invitations come from the simplest places. A spoonful of chia pudding, a quiet handful of nuts, a mug of banana tea, a glass of tart cherry juice, or the soft green sweetness of a kiwi. These aren't magic tricks. They're messages, biochemical signals to your nervous system, your hormones, your overworked mind that say, "You're safe now, you can let go." Each of these 5 foods plays a different role. Chia seeds stabilize blood sugar and nourish with tryptophan, gently encouraging melatonin. Nuts like almonds and pistachios bring magnesium and sleep-supporting vitamins, helping your muscles and nerves unwind. Banana tea, with its high magnesium peel infusion, soothes the body from the inside out. Tart cherries offer natural melatonin and anti-inflammatory compounds, helping you stay asleep longer. And kiwi, a small but mighty serotonin booster, helps your brain shift into rest mode naturally and deeply. But beyond the nutrients, there's something else happening here, something we often overlook in the rush to fix our sleep. It's the ritual, the quiet moment of choosing what to eat before bed. The pause, the care, that in itself signals your body, "You matter, we're taking care of you now." And that alone can soften the walls we build around rest. You don't have to overhaul your life. You don't have to give up your coffee, change your mattress, or reinvent your bedtime routine overnight. You simply begin where you are, with one small decision that honors your body's natural rhythm. Because rest isn't weakness, it's healing, it's renewal, and it's never too late to make space for it again. Tonight, let your food whisper to your body what it's been waiting to hear all along. It's okay to rest now, you've done enough.